All right, what's up, guys? Happy Monday. Let's get straight to work without further ado. Let's play some music. All right, hope everyone has had an amazing weekend. They've stayed refreshed, they've stayed sharp, and are now ready to attack the charts. All right, I will quickly start with kind of highlighting a trade I took off camera on Friday after I finished recording. I had pre-planned the setup, and you can see it in my second last video, I believe, not my last one. But yeah, and then the setup just presented itself after I had stopped recording, and here it was. Just to show you, it was pretty much a high time frame model 2, where you can see we didn't actually sweep extreme liquidity until up here, but the setup was already complete. But we did mitigate extreme demand, which is all that I needed to enter. This was borderline sketchy. Reason being is that I normally, for model 2s, I do like having a deviation above tab 1. However, as you can see, we actually deviated below, and we never deviated above tab 1. But what I really loved about this setup was that it created technically it was unconfirmed, but it created a lower time frame model 2, which you can see that right here, this little mini range. So technically speaking, it was a TCT within TCT. As you can see, there's no real extreme liquidity here, and this is where we're seeing the 1 minute here, so you can see it all. There's no real extreme liquidity. There's no real extreme supply. So this tab 3, where is it? Yeah, so this tab 3 here didn't technically do anything. So it's not a valid tab 3 because it didn't grab extreme liquidity and it didn't grab extreme supply. However, just based on the context of this, the higher time frame, the lower time frame, I sort of just not pretended, but I said, okay, let's say grabbed something here, even though it didn't. If this was a higher time frame, like 10, 12, 13 hour range, and this grabbed nothing, then I would not even look at trading this. But because we're trading the tab 3 of a higher time frame area, and this is just the price movement around tab 3, then I can allow myself to be a little lenient on the rules because context favors us. So yeah, I said, all right, let's just say this grabbed something. This was my break of structure. This was my market structure low. I didn't enter on the break of structure, and I didn't enter on the market structure low, but this gave me the confidence I needed. And the market structure low, that break of structure was obviously the 1 minute, and the market structure low was I think it was the 5 minute. Yeah, it was the 5 minute. So yeah, it broke this 5 minute market structure low, and it did create some supply in the meantime, which can be seen here. That is very clean supply, and I essentially just said to myself, I will not enter unless we get a slow pullback into this supply level and a break of structure. And that is exactly what happened. We got a beautiful slow pullback into this supply zone, leaving a lot of sell side liquidity behind. You can see all these high lows shaping up quite nicely, and yeah, like pretty much perfect market structure forming upon this this tab here. We didn't really break structure using the 6 candle rule because, as you know, you need consecutive 2 candles bullish, and then you need 2 consecutive bearish candles. But we didn't really get 2 consecutive bearish candles. We got 2 consecutive bullish candles twice. You can see 2 here, 2 here, but just based on how this move really moved, yeah, I pretty much entered as soon as we broke structure here, and yeah, then this allowed a really nice flush down, and I actually took TP at these Asia lows, just because also with spreads and sometimes certain positions might not get filled correctly. So yeah, I just felt that Asia low was just too clean of a liquidity target, and it was right below our range low. So um, I could have seen price actually front running Asia low and not hitting the range low, but regardless, that's kind of the main reason as to why I put my TP at Asia low, because it was so close to our range low. So I was happy. Like 5.7R compared to a 6R, there's a very little difference there. So yeah, you always want to play the safe option. So yeah, this was my Friday trade on NZD against the Canadian dollar, and yeah, now that yeah. And yeah, so pretty happy with that. We are in a huge area of demand, so I'm not expecting this to go much lower, which is also kind of why I didn't really let this run. I just took full TP at the Asia low, because yeah, you can see the higher time frame context here. We are really shaping up for a move up into this range high. So we'll see what happens there. I will, like as of now, I will be looking for accumulations. And this might be a potential one slowly shaping up here, but we will see once we get a move back into this range discount area. So that is NZD against the CAD. I'm gonna fast track to. I'll go back to Euro USD gold. Fast track to commodities for now. Ran through this supply. Yeah, this is kind of the only ranging environment I'm really seeing here on gold. Nothing else worthwhile. We've obviously grabbed all the supply that was in here. Yeah, but the only thing that I can see quite a bit of liquidity up here, which may or may not get grabbed. Technically, we can use this as demand. Yeah, that's kind of all at the moment for gold. There's not really much else to see or do here. with silver, we are quite deep into this supply POI. I will use this as my range. Technically speaking, this could be a no, not really. I was saying this could be a range, like from here, but I would not count this as a range just because it quite evidently looks like market structure. As in, like, this would be your tap 1, Wyckoff low, tap 2 and tap 3, sweeping some form of liquid in here, which you can see, but it did. But I do like how Asia low is down here, which I'll label. But other than that, I kind of like to see London take out this New York high and then create our third tap later on during the day and complete the model taking out Asia low, probably during New York. But yeah, we'll wait and see what happens there. Alright. Let's have a look at oil. Tearing through the supply, absolutely tearing through the supply. Tearing through the supply like crazy. Whoa. I don't even think there'd be any supply in here. Probably not. Whoa. If anyone has made it this far into the video, genuinely curious, leave a comment. Why not? Why not? And I will remember you. If you leave a comment, I will remember you. First ever non-promotional comment to be on any video of mine. So yeah, you have a chance to make history right now. They're not really any supply in here. Like, there's just nothing. Meaning that I do kind of expect price to go higher. Valid. Maybe we form a lower time frame distribution in here. That would be nice to see. We might even have some Asia lows there. Beautiful. Asia lows right below us. Great liquidity target. If we can get something like this, move up, create our tab 1, come back in, slow retrace back up, grab some form of extremes, and then flush back down. That would be beautiful and will play out quite well. The only thing that isn't ideal, there's nothing really in here for it to grab. Like, you kind of have to go all the way up here. Plus, you've got supply above us, but yeah, we are in the extremes of this. We're in the premium pricing of this higher time frame range. So. Or another, another pre-planning method that I could see here is that we actually continue to move up, break into the supply, and then form some form of PO3 schematic, which we can then short and take all the way back down to our range low. That can also happen. I'm not saying it's likely, but it can happen. And what I do like about this is that this range has been building up for a while. Yeah, seven-day range, and yeah, NZD against the CAD is now forming that range that we did speak about earlier. But that's my pre-planning for oil, and the pre-planning here is a accumulation. So yeah, many different scenarios that can be at play here with oil. I'm just curious to see how this chart looks on FXN. It's valid. Whoops. Alright, so yeah, similar scenario at play on both brokers, so we'll see what happens. Alright, that is it for commodities. Let's have a look at Euro USD. And this range is looking to nicely complete itself. Nice little very local distribution schematic in there as well, which can be seen. This is our new range. Nothing I'm interested in here. We might sweep this, creating the accumulation model at the TP of this higher time frame distribution range, and upon taking the TP we might reverse back up. That can always be a possibility. So we will see. Contextually speaking, we can go lower. There is demand below us. So we see. So. It looks as if the other one as well, but nevertheless, this is all I'm interested in for Euro USD. Yeah, there's no real clear demand that I would like to price to rebalance off outside of everything that's down below us. All right, GBP USD. Ran through. Ran through. Clean this up a little bit. Yeah, I'm not. This can be a range, a potential range, but I need to see a lot smoother of a return to zone forming. From an accumulative perspective. AUD USD. I had a look at this briefly earlier. They're all looking the same. This has been invalidated. This can go. Not really focused on that liquidity anymore. Yeah, this is valid demand on the 10-minute. Still a little far away from this 10-minute OBIF. We can always get a reaction from it, and if we accumulate upon mitigation of this, then that is obviously a lot higher confluence opportunity. Yeah, that's it for AUD USD. So it looks interesting. Potential USD against the Canadian dollar. Distribution here. We are in an area of supply. This is a pro distributive environment. Excuse my dyslexia. Distributive. Motherfucker, shut the fuck up. Censorship. Alright, I don't think this will be a valid distribution. Yeah, that's just the way price is moving now. I'm seeing little to no weakness, and we are also quite deeply into this supply POI. Therefore, that's my reasoning for this not to confirm itself later down the track, and we're also on the verge of this DL tool, so we'll come back to this. Alright, GBP JPY. Ole, ole, ole. Well, we front ran these POIs. That is for sure. Nothing much here. Nothing much here. Well, with the exception of this, actually. How did I miss this? How on earth? Oh, to be fair, yeah. It would not be the most valid. Yeah, it is very market structure like. Not a clean. It's not something I would take, put it that way. It's not something I would take. It's just too push. It's really just dragging out this range, and it does look like market structure. Like if I was to draw, if I was to draw structure, this does not look like a ranging environment. This looks like upwards market structure, and I can prove this to you right now. This does not look like a ranging environment. This looks like a clear upwards market structure. Yeah. Still got my alert set. Still looking for price to see. Still looking to see what price does upon mitigating that demand. So other than that, we'll keep it kosher there. GBP NZD, we have absolutely torn through this supply. What does that mean for the pair? This means that I now expect an accumulation. That is exactly what it means. So we will see what happens here. This can also be some form of distribution, which I'm actually starting to like now. This could be nice. But this is a beautiful ranging environment, like A++ ranging environment here. And the ranging environment also got created with a distribution, which is beautiful to see. Wouldn't mind seeing something like this. We make a real slow move back up, deviate or sweep this extreme liquidity right there, create that third tap, and then flush down and probably react back up from this demand POI. So that's kind of what I would like to see from Euro GBP. But only time will tell. Euro NZD. Definitely seems to be somewhat rejecting off this supply, somewhat. If we can distribute it, would be nice to see. Yeah, we ran through this supply. Absolutely ran through it. And next one is here. You and I, the way you got me under your spell. Oh, don't you? So won't you stay? I feel like for the first time. Nice to love anticipation. Won't you keep it? Just a touch of Alright, technically speaking, this supply has been mitigated. I'm just checking to see what it looks like on a higher time frame before I dive a little bit deeper into the lower time frame. So if you stay, I feel like for my first time. Still anticipation. See, I wish I could play some of these tunes, but they're not they get copyrighted. They don't really care about it. Yeah, it's valid supply. A valid supply. Oh, actually, this whole time I thought I had no water left, but I had a little sip. A little sipper. Yeah, I kind of do expect price to go higher. Yeah, I'm not too interested in looking for accumulator for distribution. I'll still chart up, but I'm not too interested in looking for distribution models at the moment, just because we have this supply POI pretty close to us. So I definitely expect price to reach it first. Yeah, we'll see what happens. What is happening here? ran through. Absolutely ran through. We have obviously confirmed this 3-tap distribution schematic. So can only expect price to go lower. So yeah, we're still in a pro-distributive environment, and we can only expect price to go lower because we are in a confirmed higher time frame distribution. I will leave that as is. USD JPY, got this range from last time, which is actually looking pretty good. I am liking the look of this. Yes, it is much higher time frame, but it does look nice. I feel like for the first time. I'm actually gonna sack this off completely and just zone into this lower time frame range first. And yeah, see what price decides to do. We do have our extreme supply POI quite evidently positioned here. It also is a tap above, which is good to see. So yeah, we'll leave this as is. Really, really nice return to zone. Like, probably one of the best I've seen. So I would expect a nice, a really smooth and nice flash down after confirming this schematic. So yeah, we'll see what happens here. Now, unless I get a clean entry here, this is very much a pro context setup. Pro context or a counter context setup. You can see we are in a confirmed distribution, and we're looking to hit our range low with nothing else here. But yeah, there's simply nothing here, nothing left. So price can definitely come back down and fill this. Yeah, but that doesn't mean I won't look for a counter context setup if it is clean. But yeah, already you can kind of tell that the market makers are wanting to push price down here. This is pretty much my only extreme liquidity. If we can sweep this and show strength after, then I might be interested. Otherwise I'm not interested. That's simple. So yeah, that is that for AUD against the Canadian dollar. And this was obviously the NZCAD short, which we took earlier. AUD against the Swiss franc. I never actually ended up taking this. I was pre-planning it and never got a confirmation. outside of this here, but I wasn't too much of a fan. Reasons being is we had demand below, like a lot deeper demand below, and we also had this little distribution here, which I was not a fan of. So you can already see that we've kind of, and we had the Asia low below us as well. So there was a lot of things going against a long here. However, you probably can enter off some form of POI in here. We are forming supply in the meantime as well. Just an FYI. Contextually speaking, you could say we're in a somewhat of a cumulative. We have been in an uptrend. That's very clear. We have been on a daily uptrend. However, yeah, we've broken structure here. Haven't broken structure on the 2-day. The 2-day market structure low is not until down here, so yeah, we've broken. Yeah, to be fair, we've broken daily structure, so we can expect price to go lower. So far, we're holding this demand below us nicely, so you can say that, but we could go lower. Given I didn't enter prior, I'm not interested in entering at the moment, especially with all this supply that's being created. It is not nice to look at. Yeah, I can expect price to go lower. And you can even see after sweeping extreme liquidity, we have pretty much created a nice sell side liquidity curve. So plenty of reasons for price to come back lower. And we've also got our Asia lows here, which are now our new Asia lows. So yeah, expect price to go lower. That is what I will say. GBP AUD, that's been invalidated. And nice little distribution here, accumulation here if anyone paid attention and took it. So if I just front run its POI, quite the extended model this is. Very intrigued if we get a reaction. This is kind of just my own, I wouldn't say own amusement, but very curious to see, had anyone have entered in here? Where could you have entered? Tab 1, tab 2, tab 3, and tab 3 is quite a lot further down than tab 2, so it's already looking less and less probable. And if you entered, yeah, terrible. You've had to enter here. You've had to enter above the Q, and your stop loss being here, you would have been like, this would have been like a 0.6 risk to reward. This would have been terrible. Absolutely terrible. Yeah, look at this. On the money, 0.6. But yeah, would not be looking at this full stop. That could be your test. But yeah, contextually speaking, we can see a slight pullback because we have been moving down for a little bit now. Yeah, you've just got that supply above, very low time frame. Yeah, I'm not really too interested in this pair at the moment. Yeah, that's all I got, guys. Front ran, Bitcoin front ran this extreme supply POI and is looking to tear through this demand. We have 4-hour OBI below us, which will probably get tapped soon. Now I can name this video Forex plus crypto market update because I've done 2 minutes of market update on crypto. Jokes, I'm only joking. Yeah, that what I did in with this ideal Bitcoin scenario. We would like a extreme supply mitigation, which we never got. Yeah, we did say we were expecting this, which it will get taken, that naked low. Where was it? There, that will get taken at some point. You can mark my words. Yeah, ETH, I've never really liked how ETH's moved. It's never given me clean entries. It's always been such a chaotic pair. Good for long-term spot buys if you get it at the right price, but other than that, it's just all over the shop. Moves in squares, I like to say. They're so like acute in the way the price moves. And what I mean by moves in squares, it moves like this. If you know what I mean. Yeah, that's all I got, guys. Happy Monday once again. Thank you all for listening, viewing, and subscribing if you haven't already. And yeah, I will see you all in the next video. And remember, if you made it this far, comment down below. I won't forget you. Peace.